Hello, Blake Hart here today. Excited to talk about LLCs or the limited liability company. I've had a lot of questions come up in one of my other videos, sole proprietorship, about LLCs, and just some of the business videos that I have. People are always asking about LLCs, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the LLC. So I'm going to talk about the benefits of the LLC. How do you create one, like what's involved in creating an LLC, and 3, we'll talk about some of the tax stuff about the LLC, and then I'll just briefly talk a little bit about SCorps, because you may have heard about them as well, and I'm going to make another video about them, but I'm going to touch on them here because that sort of helps with the LLC question. But what is an LLC? It's a limited liability company, and the big thing is that whole limited liability, and that's what draws people to saying, get an LLC. You really need an LLC. Limited liability means that if you keep your personal assets separate from all your business assets, if there is some sort of legal action against your business, some judgment, some damages are assessed, and you've got to pay those damages, and let's say they're like a lot, they exceed maybe what your business has, your personal assets cannot be touched. That's just what an LLC does, right? Okay, you got your personal assets separate from your business assets. And likewise, let's say your business fails, your LLC fails, I don't know, you have debt, you have some other stuff. The debt collectors or whoever you owe cannot come and touch your personal assets too. So that's like another big thing. And that right there in a nutshell is what makes everyone say you need an LLC. And it's true for a lot of people, right? But there are some businesses that don't have a lot of risk. And even businesses that have risks, they still decide to be a sole proprietorship just because it's the easiest way to be a business. But think about it, like if I'm a Twitch DJ, I've been DJing on Twitch a lot. Follow me on Twitch. It's fun. Shameless plug, right? But, you're DJing on Twitch, you're in your house, you're not gonna, have much happening, right? If a speaker falls, it's gonna fall on me. I'm gonna get hurt. I own the business. Whereas if I was a mobile DJ and I was out at a venue and I had all my lights and various, pieces of equipment and somebody got hurt on that, like very well, I could be facing a lawsuit because my equipment in my mobile DJ business, hurt somebody. In that case, yes, there is a lot of risk involved. You should also have insurance if you have a mobile DJ business as well. But, that makes sense. So, you sort of have to weigh that. I know a lot of musicians, creators, DJs, artists, those are the folks that are following my channel. And so you have to weigh for yourself, I don't know, do you feel like there's risk there? And somebody might argue, oh, even as a Twitch DJ, maybe you'll come up with some kind of copyright lawsuit or something. But that's further out there. I'm talking about the really obvious things. I'm not that worried about that. So making that decision, do you really need this right now for your business? So you've decided, probably you're watching this video, you're thinking, I really do want an LLC because I want to protect my personal stuff, my house, my car, from my business stuff. God forbid anything happens. The really important thing to remember is you've got to keep those two things separate, right? If you're saying, I've got this separate legal entity that is my business, it's really got to be that separate legal entity. So you're going to have your own banking account for that entity where you're going to, that's where you're going to deposit your funds, take funds out, whatnot. You're not going to use your personal account for that. Credit card wise, if you've got a business credit card, you don't want to be using that for your personal stuff, because when the day potentially comes where you've got a lawsuit or something going on and the judge is there and he's looking, trying to assess, have you kept everything separate? It's called piercing the veil. That's the legalese. He's going to look and he's going to see if you've pierced that veil in any which way, because it happens a lot of time. It's really hard to keep things separate. So again, piercing that veil would mean they can come after your personal assets as well as your business assets. So my point here, keep things separate. So you've decided that you want an LLC. It makes sense for you. And you're like, let's do it. So there's 2 ways to do it. You could DIY it, right? You don't need an attorney or, somebody like that to create an LLC for you. You can use Google and figure out what you need to do in your state, because it's different in every state in regards to the cost and what you need to do to establish an LLC, right? What paperwork is needed. So yeah, you can DIY it, probably a few $100 in most states, roundabout. It could be anywhere. It could be more. It really depends. There's some states that actually have really high fees, and there's some states that have really low fees. And it is an annual thing, so I should put that out there as well. This is an ongoing, filing requirement you're going to have to do in your state. Some states it's actually every 2 years, so it just really depends where you are. But there's this great company, psyched to tell you about it. It's called IncFile. They have a whole website. You go in there and you can put in your state, put in that you want to start an LLC, and it'll tell you how much it costs and, give you different options. They do it for you. You don't have to think about anything. Yeah, you're paying more of a premium, but they do it for you, even down to like helping you get a business checking account, like all this stuff that as creators and artists, musicians, we don't want to deal with, right? We just like the business stuff just holds us back, and it's just painful. It's painful. And so that's why I'm really psyched to like tell you about this company, because it took me a while to find out about it. And once I did, and I like started researching it, I was like, oh my God, this is really freaking cool. Like in 2021 or thereafter, it's a great time to start a business. You're passionate about something, the business stuff shouldn't get in the way. So links are below to that website. It is an affiliate link. I appreciate you using that link to go and check it out and maybe start your LLC, because the money I get from that at no extra cost from you just keeps me going. It keeps me making these videos. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. But again, I don't make videos about things that I don't believe in. This is really cool stuff. So dive in, look at the website, look it all over, see what it's going to cost you, weigh that against doing it yourself, and make a decision, But the cool thing is when you do it through IncFile, then you don't have to worry about the annual stuff. It's like happening, they'll hit your credit card or whatever, but you'll be on top of everything because somebody else is helping you do that process. So that's the really cool thing. So I wanted to tell you about that, because that holds back a lot of people. How am I going to start an LLC? I don't have the patience to deal with this and figure out what the heck I need to do. You don't have to. Somebody else will do it for you. That's cool. So number 3, we said we were going to talk about income tax, because once you start the LLC, the big question is, oh my God, what am I going to do with my income tax? It sounds like it's going to be so hard. Well, as a single member LLC, it is not hard. It's just like filing as a sole proprietor. You do a Schedule C. That's it. It's as if you were a sole proprietor filing your income tax. There's really nothing different there, but you say that you're a single member LLC. And you just go and you do everything you have to do, right? Your business expenses, your business income, all that stuff, the same write-offs and everything. So don't get freaked out about that. And I know people do get freaked out just about having a business and making sure they're doing their taxes the right way, and also getting the benefits back of being able to offset the income with the expenses, because that's important, right? Don't forget about your expenses. You shouldn't be paying more tax on your income than is necessary, assuming you do have those expenses legitimately there that are involved in making that income. I wanted to make another video about that. I have a few though. I'll put a card up here though. Check that out. I definitely have some income tax videos for you. But yeah, so don't freak out about that. Plus there's TurboTax. So you can use, TurboTax, home, I think it's home and business it's called. You can it leads you through, you can do it yourself, or TurboTax Live, which is such a really cool service right now, where they have experts in each state that are there live for you to talk to, like video chat with and everything, and ask questions. Especially as a business owner, ask them questions about different deductions, what to do with this, what to do with that. And they are actually experts in each state. So if you're in New York, you may be talking to somebody who's a CPA and working for TurboTax and doing the whole TurboTax Live thing, and they know the New York tax laws. So you're really talking to experts for sure. Definitely a great service. So don't freak out about doing your income taxes. It'll all be okay. So the last thing we're going to talk about is SCorps. And SCorps have tax advantages, right? Income tax advantages. And that's why you'll see a lot of companies actually establish themselves as an SCorp, S corporation, right? We just mostly say SCorps. So it's something that may be of interest to you for sure. But it's important to keep in mind that there are more formal requirements for an SCorp, dealing with management and various other things. So it is a little bit more expensive, for sure. I want to put that out there. Does take a little bit more work, but there are income tax benefits to it, which is why you've probably heard about it from people who have maybe said, "I don't do an LLC, do an SCorp," right? I'm going to make another video about SCorps, but for the most part, I would say sole proprietorship is the most popular form of business. After that is the LLC. And that's why this video was such a huge video to make for you guys. I hope this has been helpful. I really, really want to make some more business videos. I don't want the whole business thing to just stop you from just chasing your dreams, right? It shouldn't get in the way. It's not something to stress over. It's important, right? Because you want to make sure that you're legitimate. You want to make sure you've established everything you need to for your business to support yourself as a legitimate legal business, right? Because that's important. But it shouldn't stop you from doing the things that you love to do. And now that there's cool things like IncFile out there, you don't even have to stress about, like, you know, setting yourself up as an LLC. Somebody else will do it for you. So I really hope this was helpful. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button down there, bell to get notifications. We hope to see you back here again. And for anyone that found value in this video, please give me a thumbs up. Tell YouTube that you loved the video and it was helpful. At the end of this video, I'll include a list of more business videos in case you find them helpful. And I will be having more business videos to come. I thank you all for your comments. I've got some I've got to get around to. It's been a busy past few weeks, so I'll do that. But I definitely have a lot of comments asking about business stuff. And so I know there's a lot of questions out there, and I hope that I can bring you some more videos to help you as you try to just figure that stuff out and get it done easily. So again, that it doesn't stop you from doing the stuff that you want to do, that you love to do. Thank you guys. I'll see you again soon.